Good afternoon. I'm actually having a little bit of a rant today, which is quite unusual. It's not a big one, just a little one. And we're also going to be looking at this. So grab your cuppa. See you in a minute. Hi. Do you ever have one of those days when you wake up and you just know from the minute you open your eyelids that your day's not really going to go as you wanted it to? Well, that's happened to me today. I was supposed to be getting a CT scan today that I've been waiting for the last just over a month, and because cyber hackers have decided to hack our health system's computers here, a lot of people have had to have CT scans, MRIs, various other scans and treatments such as radiotherapy, all pushed back because of some selfish people. And these are the days, I never like to wish bad on a single solitary person, but these are the days you wish a roaring dose of syphilis on a load of horrible people who just feel it's their right to put everybody's health at risk. Jail terms that include roaring syphilis outbreaks. Anyway, enough of my very warped mind. After getting up, knowing that my scan wasn't going to go ahead, I mooched around, did a bit of housework, and the dogs have kept me brilliant company. And I still needed to clear my head, so I thought, right, I'm going to go for a bike ride. Popped the helmet on, got the bike through my hallway, opened the front door, and ruddy raining. Bike went back, helmet came off, and here I am. Why am I here? Because just between me getting here and me putting my bike away and taking the helmet off, my doorbell went. And it was from the lovely people at Liminal 11. So, what was it I ordered? I actually ordered the Modern Witch colouring book. But just before I show you the colouring book, just show you the little bits of info they popped in with it. Now, ironically enough, they sent you a postcard, a lovely postcard that has images from the White Newman tarot on it. What's the one I get? The Nine of Swords, which is so apt for the day that's in it. Anything to do with our health naturally keeps us on our toes. It can have the potential to keep us awake at night if we allow it. It also has the potential of totally buggering up your day, as does the rain, as does that general feeling. And that's my day. But if we look carefully, this Nine of Swords, which I really do like, she's juggling a pair of balls. A few of them I want to blooming juggle and all. But she's juggling a couple of balls there, meaning balance. That albeit she's got all this going on in her head, she needs to find that balance. Yes, deal with the negative. Have that moment where you sort of bask in the ambience of that negativity, but don't stay there too long. Sometimes we just need to see what's creating negativity. Then we need to find a way of digging ourselves out of it and looking at the positive. What's my positive? Okay. I potentially, note it's just potentially, have another variety of cancer. Not necessarily. This is what the scan's going to, touch wood, rule out. But what do? I take myself out of it, out of the headspace. That's what the bike ride would have been for. I concentrate on the loves of my life, my family, my pets, my hobbies and activities. And I look at the fact that I'm here. I'm still here, and I'm going to do my level best to be here for a very long time. I am in that time going to enjoy the things that life brings us. What I did like that was included in this postage this morning was the Liminal 11 catalogue. And it's got the tarot decks that they have in stock. Okay, so if you're into the tarot, this Cosmic Slumber came out in 2020, October 2020. That looks really nice. I love the bold sort of colours on it. And on the Five of Swords there, it's like interplanetary battle stars, something out of Star Wars. It really is pleasing on the eye. and beautiful to look at. So you see the colours there. Sorry about the light in here, and the film looks very grainy today. I don't know why, but then you've got the Lunar Sol. Now I've seen a couple of people unboxing this, and I think it was Becca and Simon, and I do like the look of that deck now, so I do. It might be something to put on my wish list. And then of course the Modern Witch, which is a beautiful deck, as we all know. And it tells you about the Modern Witch journal as well, which I have done a little bit of a show and tell on my YouTube page here, the White Newman Tarot. And it also has the New Chapter Tarot. Now, New Chapter Tarot, I haven't read anything about it. I'm not sure about what its theme is, but just looking at that image before I read a single word about it, that looks like something to do with ancestry, doesn't it? Because it looks like, although there's the different culture in the box, it looks like it's going through ages. I might be completely wrong. Let's have a look, see what this New Chapter Tarot is like. It's by Catherine Briggs, and it's published March this year. So it's a story, a journey, a self-portrait of change. Right, so when I began working on the version of the Wheel of Fortune, it was a way to process a very complicated set of feelings. I had recently come to the realization that my relationship was ending. My life was at an either-or moment. I was an immigrant on a marriage visa with no professional contacts in my home country. I was prepared to blow up my entire life. Was I prepared to blow up my entire life? Would I risk what was known for what could be? It would possibly be the hardest decision I've ever been faced with. So I arted through my feelings, one card at a time. As they rose and presented themselves to be dealt with, each card of this deck was a meditation in paint. A feeling arose and it became a card and was released. And 78 meditations later, a complete deck and new life, a circle of hope and friendship and love. Wow, now that does put a different slant on a tarot deck, doesn't it? When you can read a creator's words as to how that came about. Then we've got this, then it tells us about this, there's 3 colouring books here it's talking about. Oh, brand new colouring and activity books inspired by the popular title. This is the Lunar Sol one, the Modern Witch and the Cosmic Slumber. Do you know, I might have to see how I get on with this one and see if we match a deck and colouring book up in the future. Oh, it then goes on to say about the Soul Colour by Emma Burley. I had this book delivered the other week, and again you'll see I've done a walkthrough of this, well, a walkthrough, sort of show and tell of it on my earlier video. And then you've got a few little colouring activities here, and that bit did come with, where have I put it? It came with the colouring card, so you can make use of it. It's either one large image or 2 images. You can do both. And that would look nice inside a tarot journal, actually. You could actually colour that in and have that as like pages inside here that are laced through to add into your journal. And there's books. There's a lot of sort of mindfulness type of books. You've got Yoga Anywhere here. But then there's one that I thought, I could make use of this book, and it's called Botanical Curses and Poisons. And that made me think of a group of computer hackers. Come and sit around my table while I make you some of my homemade soup. The shadow lives of plants. That would be interesting, actually. Interesting to have on your library. And it's got lots of things about your mindfulness in your garden and various other places. It's just really full of everything they do, but it's got little nuggets of advice in it as well, which is very nice. So that's just their catalogue. We haven't even looked at the colouring book. Here's the colouring book. Blooming lovely, if I say so myself. An interactive colouring and activity experience for tarot lovers. The Modern Witch Tarot colouring book is inspired by the best-selling tarot deck by Lisa Sturl, featuring the Modern Witch artwork you know and love, plus all new illustrations inspired by the card symbolism. This is far more than your average colouring book. It's packed with exclusive deep insights into the cards not found in the guidebook, and activities and journal prompts that will awake your intuition and improve your tarot reading skills. Now, this is probably the teacher coming at me now, but an additional benefit to something like this is that if you're a person who finds studying quite difficult, and if you like colouring, it's always great to link an activity you enjoy with a subject that you want to know more about, but are finding it difficult to learn. In this case, we'll use tarot as the example, because the example's right here in front of us. So let's look. We look at the Fool. We decide we're going to colour this in. Now, yes, colour it like the cards, or even use your imagination and put your own colours to it. But then look at the symbols. It tells us all about the symbols that appear in this card. So, for instance, if we look at this is the dog, and the dog is here. Okay, and we can see the dog. So what does that dog tell us? We can see here, the Fool's faithful companion is a reminder of humanity's interaction with nature. Caught up in the Fool's irrepressible energy, the dog is dancing along with her. It is, in this book. Some decks you'll find that the dog is holding the Fool back from tipping over the edge, and you can look at that as your friends trying to stop you from leaping before you look. It just guides you in along a path to help you boost your intuition when it comes to reading extra symbols and everything in the card. So combining hints and tips of the tarot with a colouring activity, and because you're doing it with an activity you like, it'll help it stay in your mind a lot longer. The activity of colouring for me takes me to a sort of empty headspace, if that makes any sense anyway, which does actually make you more receptive to learning, because you're just sort of letting everything else go, focusing on the one thing. Then you've got reflections, so it asks you questions for you to reflect on, and one of them that really stood out to me here was, what life goals do you still have left to fulfill? Now, people might say, well, you know, it's a colouring book, you're 54 years of age. Yeah, okay, and 54 is merely a number. Do I have life goals that I still want to achieve being retired and age 54? Of course I do. We all should have life goals that we want to achieve. Some of us might feel like we've given up on life goals, that, you know, that passed us by when we left our teens, went through our working life, and before we had this time to sit and reflect and find out, is there something else I want to do? Is retirement this early the be all? Is that it? Have I just been put on the rubbish pile? Not at all. You're only going to be on the rubbish pile if you let yourself think like that. What you've got to do is decide what it is you want to learn. What is it you want to go with? What is there new down the path? It doesn't always necessarily have to be tarot. It could be, you might want to start painting. It might be a goal, as in not something to achieve either academically or career-wise, but it could be a personal goal. You might want to learn to paint. You might want to learn to play a musical instrument. You might want to learn to, I don't know, pole dance. You might want to learn to do something, but never had the time or the courage or the belief in yourself. And when that occurs, that's when you don't give up. That's when you say to yourself, you know, that's going on my goal list, and I will tick it off as being done one of these days. Positivity, strong desire to achieve, strength, determination. And remember, even if you just attempt it, you don't have to be the most successful artist, instrument player, pole dancer. You just have to have given it a go. It's when you just give up without giving it a chance that you think, well, do you know what? What's the point? So yes, do I have goals that I would like to achieve at this age? Indeed I do. I have quite a number of goals, and when I've achieved each one of them, I will no doubt find more to add to the list, regardless of my age. So folks, with my lovely activity of colouring in to look forward to this afternoon, a couple little bit more housework things to do first, I'm going to then relax and just empty my head. I hope wherever you are today, that your day is stress-free, that you're enjoying whatever life is throwing at you, and that you find yourself in a place where you're happy, where everything is just so, where you've got just enough, and where you're in a position to still add to your goals, things that you want to achieve for you. See you soon. Take care now.